This is the V-1 flying bomb, the world's first operational cruise missile. By the latter half of World War II, Germany was being pushed on all sides by the Allied powers, and in a fit of desperation, the Germans were trying a bunch of experimental new weapons in order to try and turn the tides of the war, one of which was the V-1 rocket. The Germans used the V-1 rocket in order to target civilian infrastructure within London and parts of the Netherlands, mainly Antwerp. The V-1 rocket was essentially a terror weapon that was used to instill fear on the civilian populace of the United Kingdom. At first, the British military was having a hard time trying to defend themselves against the V-1 rockets due to the fact that they had jet-propelled engines, which made them really fast and in turn difficult to intercept. The British in turn had to come up with creative ways of defending themselves against V-1 rocket attacks. One of the most creative ways of doing this was by having Spitfire fighter planes go to the V-1 rockets and tip them over. By doing this, they were able to mess up the gyro controls of the V-1 rockets in order to cause them to fall down. As devastating as the V-1 rockets were, they weren't enough to turn the tide of the war in Germany's favor, and Germany would lose the war about a year after they were introduced. Although the V-1 rocket will end up paving the way for a new series of weapons known as cruise missiles, a series of weapons that is used extensively by nations like the United States and Russia, with the Tomahawk and KH-55 respectively.